Hey guys, Kodjo here and welcome back to another diecast review. Now today we're reviewing my first ever Disney Store cars on the channel. Now these aren't my first Disney Store cars, as if you've watched my live stream before, I have a whole cabinet from the ceiling to the floor filled with Disney Store diecasts. So I do have quite a few, at least probably over 100, if not maybe 200 or something. So I have quite a few, but I only have four cars free ones, which is the Rust-Eze Racing Centre Lightning McQueen, and then these three right here. So now this is like a free pack. I think it retails for like, I think it's $18.99 in the UK, so it's probably around maybe 20 something dollars if you live in the US. So it's not that bad priced, because obviously these diecasts are all metal, unlike the Mattel ones, and they are bigger. I can't remember what scale. They're like 143 scale rather than the 155. And because obviously the way it works, the bigger it is, I think the bigger it is, the lower the number, I think, and the smaller it is, the higher the number. So even though the normal 155 scale diecast, that right there, it says it's 155 and these are 143. It's 155 because it is smaller. So a little bit opposite way around there. We will be comparing, obviously. You can't really compare the middle McQueen, the Rust-Eze McQueen, because it's not out as a Mattel one yet. It's coming out in October, but we can compare the other two, and we can probably compare it to the normal McQueen anyway. Now here it says deluxe diecast gift set. It's not really deluxe because they're the kind of size, but there you go. It says relive the thrill of the race there, and then it's got it in French, I think. It's nice Disney Store logo up here, all shiny. Over there it says 3+, and we have the Cars logo around here. As we move it to the side, we have the Cars logo once again. You get a nice view of the back of them here, and all the coding, not suitable for people, children under 3. You get the thingy here, so actually will say how much it costs. Yeah, it only says in euros, and yeah, it just says in euros and pounds. As we go around to here, we just get the same thing again, and the base, nothing but dirt pretty much, which I'll probably get rid of after, probably from the shop floor. So yeah, let's get these guys open and we can review them one by one. So right here, I actually thought I was going to get greeted with screws, which is going to be a bit of a disappointment, but it looks like I'm actually going to be greeted by these twisty things. So I guess the Disney Store don't use that anymore. Even though I've put a few of them here, so that is pretty cool. Alright then guys, so here they are out of the packaging. It didn't actually take that long to get them out at all, because they them little twisty things weren't that hard. As you can see here on the box, you can't really see, I can't really get it in. I did manage to put the box back to exactly how I got it, obviously minus the cars, because I always like to keep the packaging in nice condition. Now my least favourite out of these is probably Cow. They all look really good, don't get me wrong, but I just feel Cow is probably the least accurate maybe out of them all. And I don't know, he looks, I think out of him and Bobby as the maybe as the Mattel one, he probably looks better, but I think I just like Bobby in general anyway. So my rating for this is, I think Cow is my least favourite, then Bobby, and then obviously McQueen is my favourite because of that Rust-Eze, the Lightning McQueen, rather than the Cars free one that we have with the Mattel one. It may change maybe to someone like Bobby or something when we have that one as the Mattel diecast, but for right now that is my favourite. So let's get on to the review here. I think we're going to start off with, I think we should start off with Cal first. Alright then, so here is Cal. He is obviously the Dinoco racer. You guys have obviously seen me review him before. So this is probably mainly going to be about the physical appearance, well, physical review of his actual diecast rather than the character. But for those of you who haven't watched my other review, I'll give you a quick little sort of background on him anyway. So Cal is obviously the Dinoco racer number 42 who took over from his uncle, the King, and otherwise known as the Strip Weathers, or the Strip Weathers, not the Strip Weathers. He is the sort of oldest looking model. Every piston cut racer that has returned from Cars 1 has this model, obviously excluding Cal because he's a new character. I don't want to give away many spoilers about the film, so I won't say much about him, but he's not in the film for long. But he does have an appearance at the end as well. Now he's really cool. He races with Piston Cup. I'm gonna stop sort of mumbling on here because I've already physically reviewed him. So let's just get on to the actual physical review of Cal. Alright then, so as we go onto the front of him here, you can always feel they're different as well because they're metal on the base, so they always make a different sort of noise. We have his smile here, nice smile, which is very cool, different from the Mattel one. I have the newest one right here, the one with a different colour. So this one, if we compare these two and this one more has the colour of this die-cast rather than the other one. If we put them like that, you can see that one has more colour than that. So I don't know if this is the accurate one or this is the accurate one, who knows. But for now, let's just keep them both on there. Let's just move him to the side actually, have him at the back there. So, as we come onto the front of him here, he has a smile, like I said, well, actually showing his teeth, which is different from the Cars 1 version. We have his moustache grill here, and his lights, and his number 42 down there. Dinoco logo, and his nice brown eyes. He's got a different expression, it's like what his Mattel one is, but backwards. We have this nice little blue bit here with a Lightyear tyre logo on it. With his tyres there, I always like how Disney Store do their tyres. You can see the silver bits in the bolt as well. Of all his contingency or secondary sponsors there, the piston cup, Vitamin Revolting, RPM, nitrate, octane gain and clutch aid, which is very cool. And you actually see his exhaust are actually chromed as well. I'm not sure, McQueen and Bobby I think have it. But as you can see there, they're just the normal colour, but then they've chromed it there. And they have the red arrow there too to lift him up. With the big 42 there, which is really nice. With cow weathers. 42 there with a sort of turquoisey blue goes into a dark blue. See, there's a black outline around the window as well, which this one don't think it has. It might do, but it might not be too detailed. Dinoco logo there with the gas cap, very nice. Looks like I've got a bit of an issue on the Lightyear there. Looks like they didn't stick it on too great. As we go onto the back here, this is actually a completely different colour from this, but I have a feeling this is more accurate to Disney Store one, so it says Dinoco with the lights. And the 42. Let's get the back of this. Personally, this is my favourite out of the three because this has a bit of error on the way they stuck it down. This one is probably my favourite here. But this one actually has a little bump. You can see it sticking out there for the camera. It's actually not just stuck on. So it's cool how it's not actually just stuck on there. It's actually a bit of like metal on there which sticks out. I would say the same for the roof flaps, but they both do have the sticky out bits as well. They're actual metal. You can run your finger across. If we sort of look from that angle, you can see they stick out and they're all bumpy. And so that's cool how they've done that with the camera. I like that. Now with the same thing on the other side, looks like they had a little bit. Had a little bit of trouble sticking the Dinoco logo on this side. It's meant to be straight. Like I said, this is probably my favourite one because they put the decals on correct and properly. You never know these days when you tell when you're actually going to get a decent die cast. So we have his wheels in there again. This one's actually fixed, and the same thing as the other side. I'll show you, might be able to show you the cow on there. Obviously the original here did not have it, but this one does. It's very cool there. And his windows also are metal. I forgot to talk about the black roof slats. They're not plastic, so they actually are part of the mould. So if you were to unscrew, well, there's screws on the Disney Store ones, but the rivets on this. If you unscrew this plastic window piece is a separate piece to this. So I'd imagine it'd probably be a lot harder to do a custom on the Disney Store ones because you couldn't take the windows out, you'd have to tape them up, which would be extra work for making a custom, which is probably why you don't actually see any Disney Store customs. I'm okay with that there. As we go into the base here, we have the two little holes where the thingies were, the little plastic things. Now you could be saying, oh, I should have been better if they use screws then, but even when they do use screws, it has holes in it anyway, but it doesn't matter. Where we have Disney Store up here, London, something like that, probably their headquarters in the UK. There's two screws there and all the engine parts that look very, very nice there. They do look very nice indeed. So that is about it for Cow. It's a very cool car. Like I said, he's not my favourite, but it's not like I don't like him at all. He's just my least favourite out of the three. So yeah, let's go on to Bobby next. Alright then, so here's Bobby. Once again, we have his Mattel one at the back of the behind him, just so we can compare them again. Now Bobby, if I just compare him here, he is a lot bigger than Cow. Look how much wider he is. They're the same height, but he is a lot wider. Well, he doesn't actually look it, but geez, in person, like, you guys got to trust me on this, or at least he looks wider anyway. It's really hard to actually tell. Yeah, he is a little bit wider there, you can tell. It's kind of hard to tell on camera, but yeah, he is definitely wider. So I'm guessing this model is bigger in, oh, I hit the table there. Guessing this model is bigger in the Cars world than Cows. The only other model we've got of this in the Disney Store size at the moment is Red Miko, which has only really just come out. There's also Brickyardly as well, which I probably won't get because it comes with McQueen right here, and there's no point me getting McQueen again. At least I don't feel that anyway. There's a couple I want, but the next one I'll probably get is the Tim Treadless and Jackson Storm 2-pack that you can get. And then I'll probably get maybe them 5-packs with like the Derby cars maybe in the future when Cars 3 Mattel cars have died down a bit. But yeah, let's talk about Bobby Swift here. He's obviously seen in the same place as Cal at the beginning around the races. But then I'm not going to, I suppose, I don't know if I can give it away or not because I don't know if Italy still see it. I'm just going to say it because I don't think many Italian people want to watch my videos anyway. He obviously does get fired to get replaced for the next gen, which is Danny Swervez, which is also a Disney Store version, which comes with Cruz Ramirez in a 2-pack. So I might think of getting that as well, because that'd be quite a worth one to get because I haven't got either. It's weird. I would have liked more, thought it'd be a bit better if Daniel Swervez came with Jackson Storm, but they chose Tim Treadless, so don't know what that was all about. But they chose that. So yeah, Bobby, if he gets fired really, and then that's all you see from him. You don't see him at the end of the film like Cal. So you don't see him for long. I wish you did see him for a lot longer, but they may have shorts maybe released like Cars 2 kind of things, like before the events of Cars 3 or something, or after maybe he's in Radiator Springs. That'd be quite cool. But I guess we'll just have to wait and see. So now, as the physical review of him starts here, we have the same sort of smile as the Mattel one here. Jeez, look how small, look how much smaller this is compared. You can't even see the back of the Disney Store Bobby Swift. Like, look at that. Just look at have that for comparison. Jeez, that's so tiny compared. But obviously, we still love them. You can see his expression here is about the same. His eyes are a bit higher and is slightly different, but it's pretty much the same. We have his working lights here and his number 19 below because you don't want to put it on a real working light. We have the Octane Gain logo there with his hood pins. They actually are like physical bumps again. You can feel them. You can actually feel a little indent in the hood as well. It looks like it's a little hood scoop. Yep, oh yeah, the Mattel one does have that. I just never noticed it. His eyes are a lot more yellowy green on this one, and it does actually have a bumped up eyelid like the old Mattel ones used to do. You can see we've got his like widened body arches here. Yeah, so that's cool. We got his widened body arches there. You can see it on the Mattel one, but it's not as apparent as this. His wheels, I love his wheels anyway, like on the Mattel ones you can see it, but they're really cool in this as well. Like Cal, you can see the silver dots on the wheels, and you've got that grey and orange outline, and we have the Lightyear once again. Lightyear above the tyre as well. We have all his secondary sponsors, same as Cal, piston cup, all that sort of stuff. And it's just a line on Bobby, like a yellow line of where to lift him up. And we have the 19 because Daniel Swervez in real life, his number is 19, and in order to have his car, Danny Swervez. Did I say I said Daniel Suarez, that's it, yeah. And in order to have his number on Danny Swervez, so I'm getting so confused, they had to do it with Bobby as well. So they changed it from 58 to 19. We have a black line out of the window here. You have that little pole thing as well, I don't really know what that is. Maybe it's like a little air pocket, maybe in real life that'd be open. You see his dots as well, which is definitely not on the Mattel one. His window as well, you can't see through. Bobby Swift is very nice there. This is very nice as well. It goes from 2 different shades of purple, a bit like Cal. So that's a really nice purple there. You can see all the dots as well. Number 19 and his roof flaps there too. I like the transition of colours here as well. His gas cap looks really cool, Octane Gain on it. They look very, very cool there indeed. So as we go on to the back, if my phone would like to focus here. Why is that really struggling? It is really struggling to focus. Great, there we go. So yeah, as we go on to the back here, this sort of continues back here with the 2 little pointed arrows there, and the number 19 is 2 lights and Octane Gain. Now he can see his camera once again. You can see it sticking out there. Very nice. Also got his his sort of purpley spoiler there. You can see him on both there. We have octane gain here with some of the spoiler pins as well. That looks really nice there. Also got his window slats which are black there as well. Same thing around the other side pretty much, with the exception of his exhaust. So they are silver again. They sort of come through the body where Cow's is like a cut out part. Same with McQueen. So this body shape, like, it doesn't cut through. It goes straight through the body, which is very, very nice there. Bobby Swift there once again on the window. And on the base we have this one exhaust. I really do like it that this is one exhaust because it makes a change. It doesn't actually have the address this time. It's Disney Pixar made in China, so it doesn't address the Disney store at all on this car, which is it's just supposed strange. I don't know why it doesn't do that there. But yeah, so that is it for Bobby Swift. He's my second favourite, like I said, so we're doing him second. And now on to my personal favourite of the set, which will be the one and only Lightning McQueen. Alright then, so here he is in all his glory, the Rusteze McQueen, the one we've all still waiting for pretty much to be released. It's sad that I think it was maybe pushed back from September to October because the August cars were pushed back to September, which is why they're only just coming about now. Well, I'm going to try and order them from Smythes as soon as they come on the website. So the only one I've really got to show you here is this McQueen. So we'll do a comparison after, because you can't match it completely. But yeah, so we'll do it after. We'll just review McQueen first. Now obviously I don't really need to go through where McQueen really appears in the film because he's in the whole film. So I'll just talk about where he has this paint job. And the place he has this paint job is at the beginning of the film, where he is obviously, you see him winning all the piston cup races and that. And then he is in this bit when Jackson Storm comes as well. He has this paint job right up until he crashes. So this is the paint job where he crashes, and then this is the one by the end of the movie, like right near the end. You do see it in the middle, but he obviously gets the wrap, which I can show you now. That's something I can actually show, which is this one is the only single that you can actually get on the Disney Store website in the UK. You can't get any of the other single ones apart from this one, which is very cool here. It's good they have different expressions. This is my favourite one though, but I do like the Rust-Eze Racing Centre one as well. I might do an individual review on that if you guys would like me to. So if you would like me to, then just put that in the comments, or give this video a like, and then I shall do it. Yeah, so let's get on to the actual physical review of this McQueen. So as we start off at the front here, he's got his teeth out there, very nice smile. It's very cool because obviously he would have been very happy at this time winning all the races. It looks like he has sticker lights. That's what it looks like to me, because I think it looks different. No, it looks the same on. It does look the same actually on the Rust-Eze Racing Centre one. So they look like sticker lights, but no, they're not. They just look a lot like the Cars 1 stickers. He doesn't have the 95 under there like the Cars 3 McQueen. That's something we can compare, and obviously the logos are different. This does logo different. It does make a difference, but obviously this is the classic. So that's very cool there. The Rust-Eze, we can zoom in up on that. Not many people have seen that yet. There we go, the lightning bolt, and there's like a little lightning bolt there. Kind of looks like that Cars 1 lightning bolt when he gets the cruising paint job. Once again, he has the raised up eyelids as well with that bright blue eyes, which looks very cool. And it has a black outline over it as well. We have his lightning bolt there. So we do have that on the Cars 3 version as well. Now we can sort of compare the size here. I know I said I was going to do it after, but it is quite different. There we go, it's got flames like Cars 2, and this is more original, the way it's just the lightning bolt. So as we go up to the front of him here, we have his wheels. They're all red rather than the red and yellow. I don't think this one's meant to be red and yellow, I'm not sure. So that's very cool there. You can see all his bolts again. That's really, really cool. We have his secondary sponsors here, the piston cap, octane gain, RPM, revolting and clutch hater. Not as many obviously as Bobby Swift and Cows, he doesn't need them. We have the lightning bolt here, looks very nice. Up to about here it looks like the original one. So that goes up here and into the Rust-Eze logo. He also has his fuel cap there as well. And then we have his chrome exhaust obviously on the base. See, once again we have this little window thing there. The Lightning McQueen signature, which is very big on either side with a 95. That's very, very cool. As we go onto the back, obviously we have no rookie stripes anymore because he doesn't need them. The only difference between the back of this one and this one here is this is Rust-Eze Medicated bumper armor, obviously without the yellow. And it's got the old Rust-Eze logo in the middle, but this one is quite basic. It actually does have that dot on it, which I'm still not quite sure what it's for. because that's obviously, maybe that's for oil or something. We need a quick oil change. I don't know, but that's fuel cap. If anyone actually knows what that is even for, please tell me. It could even be as basic as it's an old style 2006 camera. That's just a pure guess. And once again, we've got the sticky out spoiler pins. You can actually really see them on McQueen with the Rust-Eze logo and in the light. Nothing on the bumper, which I actually quite like. We have his free red roof slats there. Same thing on the other side, but the Rust-Eze logo is a bit better on this side. You can see there's not covered up by the fuel cap. Also, I've got to say, with his spoiler, we have got Rust-Eze on it as well. McQueen's like the only one that's got something on this side of his spoiler. It's very cool. And then we pretty much do the same thing on the other side there. He's quite close to the camera there. On the base, Disney Pixar made in China. So Cal is the only one who has something addressed at a Disney store. Maybe they only need to put it on one of the set, and that's the one they chose. Got fuel tank at the back there, all his engine parts, his classic exhausts. They did kind of look different a minute ago, but they're not now. But that is about it for the Rust-Eze Lightning McQueen. That's very, very cool. Yeah, that's about it for McQueen. Alright then guys, so that is it for the Cars free diecast gift set. It's a very cool set. I'd recommend you get it because you get 3 new cars, and obviously unless you've bought the one with Brickyardly, but even if you have, you're only not getting one. Something like that. But yeah, these are all very cool cars. I do love them. I do like the Disney Store ones a lot. Obviously, my favourite are the Mattel, but the Disney Store ones are probably better quality most of the time anyway. But yeah, tell me which one's your favourite. Like I said, my favourite is McQueen, and tell me which one's your least favourite. Mine being Cal, or just tell me the order. It doesn't really matter. And make sure to like the video if you want me to review that Rust-Eze Racing Centre McQueen. But anyway guys, thank you for watching this review. I hope you all did enjoy it. As always, make sure to like, subscribe, turn on post notification bells so you never miss another review. And as always, I'll see you in the next review guys.